Here's everything you need to know about the Salem Witch Trials in under 2 minutes. 1626, a group of Puritans fled England because they feared religious persecution. They wanted to make a Mecca for their Puritan beliefs. They landed in a coastal town in the Northeast that they would later call Salem, which ended up eventually being divided between two different factions. Being a Puritan in the 1600s meant that everything was about being devout to God and also monitoring yourself for wrongness. Anybody who didn't go to church was pretty sus, and farming was really important to this community, as was that port town, but it was split in two, backed by the porters who were around the port town and backed by the Putnams who were around farming in the village. Reverend Samuel Parris was basically a deadbeat dropout and ended up running the church because nobody else wanted to in this remote little area. And in a time in a town when there was nothing better for little girls to do, a group of 11 and 12-year-old girls started a really, really big problem. Gathered in the home of the Reverend Samuel Parris, Tituba, a slave from Barbados, taught the girls how to do divination so they could see who they would one day marry. But one of those girls saw graves, coffins, and fangs in her Venus glass. Shortly afterwards, two of those little girls were going hysterical, barking, screaming, laughing during church. And remember, this is a town and a time where you cannot laugh during church. A local doctor checked it out, determined there was nothing physically wrong, and the girls said the devil made us do it, and it was all because of Tituba. Both Tituba and two other women, Sarah Good and Sarah Osborne, were imprisoned, and Tituba was pressed to ask what was it that happened, and she said, under duress, that she had signed her name in the devil's book. She had most likely said this to get out of dying, because as long as she could name names, then she would not be put to death. So names started rolling, and not just from her, but from Ann Putnam, one of the little girls who, mind you, was 11 or 12 years old at the time, and other members of the community, including her father, who were naming and blaming people left and right. So if you had a grudge, all you had to do was, this person is under the control of the devil, this person is a witch, and boom, they were in prison. 200 imprisonments, over 20 executions, men, women, children, animals. And at the end of this, Ann Putnam said she made the whole thing up. And that's everything you need to know about the Salem Witch Trials in 2 minutes or less.